Have you ever felt as though your body weighed a ton? As if, no matter how much your mind wants to move, your limbs simply will not obey. It is not laziness. It is not a lack of willpower. It is your nervous system trying to protect you from a danger that your conscious mind perhaps cannot even identify. It is as though your energy's main circuit breaker has tripped to prevent the system from imploding. If you constantly feel exhausted, unmotivated, or frozen in the face of life, this video is for you. Let's learn how to melt that ice. Welcome back to Therapy Room Stories. I'm a therapist, and today I want to talk about a state I see very frequently: shutdown mode. I remember perfectly the first time this person walked into my consulting room. She was a successful professional, married with children, one of those people everyone described as the rock of the family and work. Yet, as she sat in my armchair, her posture was one of total defeat. She looked as though she were carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, but without the strength to hold it. She described to me how her life seemed to have got stuck on pause. She would wake up, but have no energy to get out of bed. She spent hours staring into space. The simplest tasks, like washing up or answering an email, felt like impossible mountains to climb. She felt guilty about it, got angry with herself, calling herself useless, but the more she criticized herself, the more immobilized she became. What this person was experiencing is a state of maximum energy conservation, an ancient biological response from our nervous system. Before we move on to the solutions, I need to warn you about two mistakes she made, and that you probably make too, that only make the situation worse. The first is trying to motivate yourself through self-hatred. Shouting at yourself only increases stress, which pushes your nervous system even further down into the shutdown state. You cannot hate yourself into being happy. The second mistake is waiting until you feel like it. Waiting for motivation to appear before taking action. Motivation, dopamine, follows action. You move first, and the will comes after. That is why micro-habits are so important. They are so small that they do not require willpower, just a micro-movement to break the inertia. Here are the 5 micro-habits that transformed her life. Adjust your physiology. A frozen body is often hunched over, looking down. Our posture dictates our emotional state. The micro-habit is: straighten your spine. Hold your head up. Look up. If you are in bed, sit up. If you are sitting down, stand up. This small vertical change sends a direct message to the brain: I am capable. I am in control. Changing posture is the first step towards breaking the anchor of being frozen. Use temperature to break the cycle. A frozen nervous system needs to be woken up through the senses. The micro-habit is: activate the system with the opposite. If the person felt heavy and cold, she would hold a warm cup of tea, forcing herself to be present in that sensory moment of comfort. Alternatively, for a quicker awakening, she would splash her face with ice-cold water. This sensory shock forces the nervous system out of energy conservation mode into activation mode, which is the necessary step to climb towards safety and connection. Stimulate the vagus nerve. This nerve is the highway that connects the body to the mind. When we stimulate it, we help the system to calm down safely. The micro-habit is: vibrate or touch. I taught her to let out a long, audible sigh. The sound om, or a simple, long sigh, stimulates the vagus nerve in the throat. Another way is facial self-massage. Gently touch under your eyes, on your cheeks, on your forehead. You know when we are stressed, and we unconsciously rub our foreheads. It is our body trying to stimulate the vagus nerve. Do it consciously to tell your system, in this moment, I am safe. Create structure for the worst part of the day. For someone who is frozen, making decisions is an impossible mountain to climb. The worst moment for this person was the morning. The doubt of what do I do now paralyzed her. The micro-habit is, create a routine without choice. Plan your worst moment the night before. The goal is to remove all obstacles. She arranged for her mother to call her every morning at 9 a.m. Her only goal was to be sitting up in a chair when the phone rang. Another option, leave a glass of water on your bedside table and the first thing you do when you wake up is drink it. Without thinking. Without deciding. Just do it. Structure is the scaffolding that holds up the nervous system when it is weak. Combat the negativity filter. The shutdown state comes with a heavy negativity filter. The mind says, why bother trying? Nothing is worth it. You need to actively combat this filter to restore balance. The micro-habit is, look for the good and share it. She started practicing gratitude, writing down 3 things she was grateful for every day. But we went further. I asked her to take a photograph of one good thing every day and send it to a friend. It could be a flower, the sun coming through the window, her cat. By forcing your eyes to look for the good, and by sharing it, you break the isolation and subtly restore the sense of safety and connection. The path out of being frozen is not a race, it is a walk of micro-steps. This person did not heal overnight, but every micro-habit was a victory over paralysis. She learned not to believe the lie that she was broken. I'd like to know, do you feel stuck in frozen or shutdown mode? Which of these 5 micro-habits seems easiest to try tomorrow? Please share in the comments. Your experience might be the trigger that someone else needs to start moving. And tell me, what other difficult emotional states would you like me to address here? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next story. Remember, your body is trying to protect you, but you have the power to teach it new ways to be safe. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next story.